Welcome back to Game Boy Wars 3, everybody. This next map has some naval combat. Again, not as much as the previous map, so I don't consider it as difficult, but it will introduce us to units that we have not yet seen in this playthrough. Other paths might have seen it already, but this is going to be the map that introduces us to promoted battle cars and combat buggies. You can see the enemy has one of each here. And the enemy has several units ready to attack our HQ already, so we have to spend time fending them off. And there's an aircraft carrier as usual, but next to that aircraft carrier is the Fighter S, which is the most insane unit in this game, I would say. It's got 13 move, so that's higher than any unit in the entire Advance Wars series, including all of the pre-Advance Wars games, and it's an indirect. So yes, we have an indirect air unit in a game where indirects are allowed to move and fire in the same turn. That's pretty crazy. Look at this movement range. Unfortunately, the way you deal with it isn't exactly exciting. Basically, the AI has no concept of waiting outside your attack range until it's ready to strike. So what happens is, like, I could just avoid deploying any of the units it's able to target until it's destroyed. So yes, no air units until that indirect fighter is dealt with. And what happens is the enemy will just walk right into your little space here, and then all of your anti-airs can destroy it. So that's the basic plan. Of course, as we get further and further into the campaign, what you're going to see is that it's going to get more and more painful to just avoid deploying air units. So yes, we also need our submarines in this map because I want to take out that aircraft carrier. So that's all I can do on the first turn. Let's see what the enemy does. I'll just go ahead and skip past the enemy phase because this will take a while. I'm actually not a huge fan of skipping past enemy phases like this because, like, if you're playing Shadow Dragon, for example, and you just whiz past all the enemy phases without actually seeing what was going on, it can be a little bit jarring. Because you'll wonder, you'll see what the result of that phase was, but then you'll wonder, well, how did we get to that point? And of course, if a unit dies, you'll probably want to worry about that as well. Like, at least in Shadow Dragon, they do in fact tell you when a unit dies, even if you're skipping phases. Right, so the combat buggies are going to be the tricky part. Because if you attack them with an anti-air, they'll actually be able to hit back with their anti-tank missiles. Same goes for the mech, which I'm probably going to have to take a shot against here. Oh no, they do way too much damage, so it looks like I'm going to be taking a hit from the mech. That's fine though. And the missile is good to deploy on the first turn, because you can't get close enough on the first turn for a shot against those air units. Oh well, that's fine. Send out the subs, and yeah, something else that's actually a bit of a worry is that the promoted combat buggy actually switches from a grenade to an anti-tank missile, so it's like another battle car. So what I need now are my indirects, especially the missiles, because the air units are going to be here on the next turn. Let's go ahead and deploy that too. And my rocket is here. And, yeah, I might as well just deploy the rest of the anti-air tanks. Because I think by this point the indirect fighters are going to be very close to me. I'm going to build a fresh one as well. It's one of the units I wanted to build. Because now I've got 8 anti-air tanks. Might have to replace one if it gets destroyed, though. So, let's see how this plays out. And they're much farther away than these units are, but there are also 2 artillery units that you want to worry about as well. Like somewhere in the bottom right corner. There they are, along with a missile, in fact. But I think your air units will be well far away from them before they get there. Alright, so that's actually looking pretty good. The indirect fighters decided to block the enemy from attacking the anti-air tanks. How nice. Isn't that courteous of them? Maybe they think I won't shoot them down. first, let's get rid of these. I'd much rather outright destroy them than risk them retreating to the aircraft carrier, because the aircraft carrier is actually pretty far away at the start. So I'm going to attack this warship. The idea here is to get it into retreat mode so that it goes back and wastes a bunch of money on repairs. And I need to assess the damage as well. Yeah, I actually found out that a dedicated Game Boy Wars 3 fan has in fact created a patch that displays your HP alongside the unit sprite, which is very nice. Now, let it not be said that I do not appreciate the efforts of passionate fans of obscure games. So let's see, first I want to use the rocket on the promoted units. There we go. That takes them out. Well, that doesn't really take them out, but they aren't as big of a problem now. I'm surprised I didn't really take that much damage. I was expecting the... Oh yeah, they went for the combat buggy. That's a little bit strange. Alright, so I guess I'll go up here. And I guess I'll wait one more turn before deploying any air units. I still have to take out the aircraft carrier anyways. Let's see, how many more units can I punch through here? Not a whole lot. The zone of control is hurting me a little bit here. Alright, so at least now we're able to deploy the rest of the ground units. I want the battle cars, and I would also like... Did I actually lose a unit here? Let me count the anti-air tanks real quick. No, I still got 8 of those. I think this is the amount of units that I was expecting to have. Alright, so the supply trucks and probably the constructors as well need to get out here and start developing stuff so I have some money. And I suppose it's time for the infantry as well. This next turn, I might be looking at deploying the transport copters. So I don't expect them to do a whole lot here. Maybe they will blow up one of... Oh yeah, they're gonna blow this one up. Just watch. Oh, they're not going for it? What did you do that for? You probably could have gotten an ambush. Wow, it lives on 1 health as a result. Yeah, big shock. This is not the smartest AI. Isn't that amazing? So I'll go ahead and blow up the aircraft carrier. I put this submarine in a very specific position because now it can't get out of there. I actually trapped the warship, which is not really, like, not that that's a big game changer or anything. The warship really wasn't going to do much anyways. And the subs are out of... Well, they've got one more shot, so they can... Well, I would like for them to just get onto the ports so that they can fire their indirect torpedo and then restock on the next turn automatically. I guess that's not happening. This is a little bit annoying, though. There are tanks coming at me. So I think the best bet is to put a battle car here. And I should probably get the other one close as well. Like so. Because now they can't hit the anti-airs in the back. So that's good. They will be facing a lot of counterattack damage if they decide to strike from those positions. Alrighty, so first and foremost, for air units, it's time to send out some T-copters. Now, I kind of wish there was a quicker way to just jump to the unit that you want. But instead, you know, you have to deal with stuff like the submarines being all the way at the bottom of the list. But no biggie. Oh, whoops. And should I send out some transport trucks? I don't really think I need transport trucks, but let's put them out anyways. I need to deploy the entire army in every map, don't I? Right, so just air units left. In reserve. And there's enemy T-copters approaching, so I better have those missiles ready. Okay, let's see. Might as well destroy the warship while I've got the opportunity. Because you can take it out, you can chip at it with one of your indirects. There we go. Now it's time for the T-copters to begin their journey, and I think I will deploy... Let's see... If I send out fighter bees, they can take out the transport copters. So I think that's what I'll do. And now it's time to talk about my plan for this map, now that the immediate threats are out of the way. So what I'm thinking is, I'm going to aim for this airport all the way on the left, instead of this airport. Because this airport, it's possible for the enemy to counterattack it quicker. But if you capture this airport and use that as your kind of a home base, then you can very easily, like, make a choke point here. And then just use your air units to attack the HQ from there. Very nice and simple. There's a missile coming. I don't think I need to worry about that, do I? Yeah, I can't get close enough. It's gonna get blown up way before it has a chance to do any damage. And the tank is going to be out of the way shortly. With one of these units. Oh, do I have one more mech in reserve? Yeah, I do. Might as well send that one out, too. And very soon I should probably think about making a transport plane, because I would love to send my supply trucks along with the T-copters to that airport and base. It just makes refueling a lot quicker, because then otherwise your units would have to stop on the airport one at a time. But if you've got suppliers, then they can get their fuel back much, much quicker if you set up a formation for it and everything. So it looks like I've taken some damage. Alright. Missile on this first T-copter. And why not attack the infantry with a rocket? The second missile. And now it's time to be worried about the incoming artillery units, because they've definitely got them. They've definitely got their own missile covered. So I would love to take out that missile, though, because it's hindering my ability to send out air units. Meanwhile, the subs need to get refueled. Am I using an optimal path? Due to the hex grid, it can sometimes be difficult to, like, make out what the optimal route to a base is. Like, maybe if I moved a little more diagonally, it wouldn't take them... It would maybe take them one less turn to get there, but it's no problem. I actually looked up what the time limit for this map is. How many turns you need to beat it in order to get... in order for me to get the path I want to take. And it turns out that the limit for this map is 20 turns. Oh, jeez, 1 HP, really? It looks like that artillery might take out a unit, but better it be an inexpensive unit than something very expensive. I could finish it off with the mech, I guess. Let's see, how much money do I have anyways? Probably, probably enough for the units that I want. Okay, so first, a transport plane, and one last battle copter. Because now I've got 4 of them, and that's a decent amount. And it'll help take out those artillery as well. So what should I load onto the... I think I'm going to load a supply truck and a constructor. No need to send both supply trucks. It's good to have one of each over here as well. So that's everybody, right? Oh, except for this sub. Oh, you're blocking the port and I can't get supplies because of it. Oh well, that's not a problem. That was my error. Alright, how much damage did we take? Did we lose anybody? It looks like we did. Okay, artillery. Take you out. Wait, is there an anti-air unit? No, there's one coming, but it's way far away. So what did I lose? You see what I mean with not knowing, like, if skipping the enemy phase and not knowing, like, what you lost? Alright, so it's just... I've got all the mechs, the engineer, the constructor, the trucks... Did I just lose an anti-air? No. Missile? No. Artillery? What did I... Did I even lose anything? I guess not. It's rather strange. It looks like I might have lost something, but I can't tell what. Well, with the anti-air, with the artillery out of the way, I suppose I can move on to this combat buggy. It's been, a bit persistent, but with it gone, I can retreat this mech, and, looks like everything's fine. The supply truck did take damage, though. No, not pave. What are you paving for? Alright, the transport plane is on its way. As are these 2 fighters. They'll be able to clear out any enemy units that might show up here. And in just one more turn, we'll have control of that airport, and we can start thinking about how to attack the HQ. But to help with that, it's time for the attacker Bs to come out. And by the way, I don't know if I need to point this out, but that's B as in the letter B, not a honeybee or something. I think some people might have gotten confused on that front. If you want to think of them as honeybees, then, you know, that's fine. That sounds cool. Oh, maybe the artillery can fire at the other one. Yes! There we go, now it's not a problem anymore. Can't get in close enough to finish the job, though. Oh, there's a transport plane coming my way. I hope I left the missiles in a good spot. They should be able to fire at it from there, I think. Yes, they can! Very nice. So, with that out of the way... Now that anti-air is actually going to have a tough time getting through the wasteland because that's very rough terrain. They will just not be able to move that fast through it. Yeah, shame the AI doesn't use a constructor to clear away the wasteland and maybe make it easier. I mean, they were able to build bridges in one of the previous maps, which was a bit of a shock to me. Right, so by this point, the AI usually builds an anti-sub helicopter. Is that it? Yeah, there it is. This thing does pose kind of a threat to submarines, so watch it. But of course, we have fighters, so they kind of need fuel, though. So I will capture this airport. And I don't think they have enough fuel to get to the anti-sub helicopter, so I'm gonna have to use the attacker bees to deal with it, maybe. But now we can also send out the battle helicopters that are rank A. And I'm hoping that they will... It's probably way late to expect them to get to rank S, but I would love for that to happen. Maybe they can get it off the anti-sub helicopter. There's the transport plane. Actually, you can check how many deaths you have on this screen, I think. Oh yeah, drafted and deaths. So 0 deaths so far. I haven't lost anything. I'm gonna get some more ammo in this unit. Skip past all of this. Turn 9. Get some more EXP on this battlecopter. Can they do a decent amount to this unit? Let's see if that's possible. Oh yeah, they can totally render this thing completely ineffective. Now it's in retreat mode. So keep moving. The subs don't really have any super important purpose at this point. I just want to destroy the landers because they annoy me. Oh yeah, these transport copters could use some fuel as well. So hopefully the transport plane can get close enough, just barely close enough to unload the supply truck on this turn, because, as I said, you can unload while over a sea tile. The unit just has to have good terrain to move to. And go ahead and finish the job. So it'll take a while for the battlecopters to get all the way over there. Are there any more units? Well, I've got 1 battlecopter still in reserve. I suppose I could work on getting some more money, but I don't really know what that would be for. Oh, is this? Yes, we have an S-rank constructor. Constructors don't promote, but you can see that that's the max level. And maybe work on getting one of these. This is the supply plane. It's like a supply truck, but for air units. Oh, I could capture this base and refuel the units here. This guy can move back, though. That's really just for defending the HQ. It's not... Those guys aren't strategically important or anything. It's probably like not worth the time to even move them around. Because you can tell, I've obviously been focusing on the Air Force this entire time. So some enemies are trying to take their stolen airport back. Oh, I didn't capture the factory, did I? Oh, I did capture it. Okay. It's just weird because the battle car was blocking it. And now for just a little bit more insurance. Let's see. How much fuel does this thing have? Alright, so I'm gonna have the fighter bee start working on units over by the HQ. that unit needs to refuel, and then I can start developing in order to... now I want to develop these in order to make the properties recover more HP and faster, too. Will this give me S rank? No, not yet. Now I can deal with this warship, that's good. You can see that the attacker bees really ran their fuel very low. I think they'll have just enough to get to... Oh, geez, they might actually be in trouble. Oh boy. I'm sure this will work out just fine. They just need the supply truck in order to refuel. And that rule from Advance Wars where if you are at 0 fuel and sitting on an airport, then you are perfectly fine and you get your fuel back. That rule still applies here as well. I guess this battlecopter will help them fend off the enemies down there. Yeah, I should be able to make a supply plane. That would actually be pretty helpful. I also checked out the initiative score of the battlecopter and anti-air units. Did you know that the anti-air has less initiative than the battlecopter at base? Which means that an anti-air literally cannot attack a battlecopter without getting attacked by it first. And usually that's alright, but it's still very, you know, it's one of the reasons I don't think the initiative system is that good. I guess maybe the anti-air tank could have used a buff to its initiative, but whatever. Alright, so the sub leveled up. That's gonna be good. Alright, this is a little bit worrying for the attacker bees. So let's see what we can do here. I want to... see here, what can I do? One of them can get onto the airport. The other really can't find a refueling point. So we'll just have to make one. Emergency runway saves the day. Yeah, they could still burn the full 5 fuel and have enough to survive anyways, so... this is good. I think I'm going to use this mech first to take out this IFV. In fact, I'll use both mechs to take out the IFV. That unit would have just been annoying had I left it there. Looks like I've got the money for a supply plane. This will come in handy in the future. Not really in the current map. I think we found an EXP mine, though. How does this look? The anti-air still can't get close, can it? No, it can get a little bit close. And there's also an enemy artillery, and there's rockets as well. Alright, so I think I want to pull back at this point. Because those artilleries are starting to get a little bit scary. Still, though, would have made a nice EXP mine. Alright, so nothing I can do on... Oh, don't go on the unit list. Here we go. Skip this enemy phase again. Oh, they are trying to surround the Fighter B, which is gonna do a bit of damage to it. But luckily, we have attacker bees ready to start running them over. mechs get into the transport copters. And if I need to retreat back to the area up here, I've got, I could build as many runways as I want, to be honest. How are the subs doing on fuel? They've traveled quite a distance, so this could be a worry. No, they're perfectly fine. One of them leveling up was a very good thing, I must say. Alright, so after the transport plane gets fuel, it's probably going to have to go back to the HQ, my HQ, to get some more units to transport. Don't worry guys, your reinforcements are almost here. I believe I already mentioned that 20 turns is the time we are looking for. And by this point, they've definitely, like, developed their HQ to the max capture points. So this is going to be a little bit difficult, but I've got, like, I've got 8 turns to do this in, so it could be a lot worse. But yeah, this is basically just cleanup at this point, so I hope this still stays interesting for some people. The combat buggy or the IFV? Probably the IFV. Oh, can I finish it off with a T-copter? Yes! And now they're out of ammo, so I think I'm going to use the port that I just captured to get them their ammo back. Not a huge problem, but still, nice to be able to do that. Okay, so the artillery are still way, way behind, so time to take out this anti-air. And then just do whatever you want. Okay, so I think that's everybody. My A-ranked battlecopters are starting to arrive, so they might be able to get the rest of the EXP they need. Just skip past all of this. You can make a pretty good guess as to what's going on. So you got that unit. How are these two on fuel? Well, they're actually starting to run low on their secondary weapon ammo. Yeah, yet another weird thing about this game is that the secondary weapons also have ammo limitations. Right, so now we're really starting to wreck them. This is probably what... You know, this is probably looking like what a Tabitha player does to new players in Days of Ruin. Oh, jeez. That is some low fuel. Where's the other one? Yeah, you can see that after such a long journey they need more fuel, but they've probably got plenty right now. So one of my mechs has its bazooka shot still. The other one spent it. Those units, if those units just stay right where they are, then I am totally okay with, they need supplies first. They'll get it on the next turn. And then maybe they should set off for the enemy HQ as well. Alright, turn 14. I at least need to start capturing by turn 16. Because, that was an accident. But luckily, the artillery unit survived. The more these units level up, the better. Okay, so they're out of the way. We'll have to refuel on the next turn, but that's perfectly alright. Alright, so can we clear our way to the HQ? First, I should probably do this to get that unit out of the way. Fuel might be running a little bit low for these guys. I'll unload the mech and use it to attack. Now the HQ is wide open. And I've got a backup mech, so I really think I should start capturing straight away. Now this mech is going to take a bit of damage, but as long as it and the transport copter stay alive, then I'm totally okay with this outcome. Like, there's only 2 positions that the mech can really be attacked from, and there's not a lot of strong units to do the job. I'm blocking off the factory from being built from. Also important. Yeah, I'm not even sure why I'm bothering with the transport plane at this point. The only relevant units are at the HQ at this point. Are those indirects even moving forward? Yeah, it looks like they are. Very slowly, but they are moving. And they did not attack the mech at all, so only 2 more turns to go. Definitely need to refuel that fighter. Give me S rank. Not yet? Okay. These 2 need fuel, though. So let's move the supply truck in closer. And, you know, I'm not feeling too confident about their ability to stay in the air, so gotta retreat those for now. Just refueling those because I don't want to take any chances. And, well, the anti-air is retreating, so I guess I can get rid of this. Yeah, this is really just the cleanup phase at this point. What turn are we on? You're on turn 17. And they have still not attacked the mech, so 1 more turn, and I think this is actually in the bag at this point. Because they have not yet attacked the mech on the HQ at all. Can't supply. Oh, the supply truck ran out of supplies. Yeah, that must seem so very silly, but I guess that's one limitation they put on the unit for some reason. But we don't really need Attacker B at this point, we just need our battle copters. And they've only got 1 more turn in which they can potentially... Oh! There we go! S-rank battle helicopter. Now you're gonna see on the next map why The promoted battle helicopter is an amazing unit. So I'm very happy I was able to get at least one of those. If I'm super lucky, I will have 2 of them. But I don't really count on it. And as for money, I've actually got a lot of, well, I've got a lot of materials. I don't really need any more units quite yet. Because the units that I want to get at this point are very expensive. Did they actually attack the mech? Yes, they did. They could have delayed me for 1 turn, but I already had a mech with full health, ready to complete the capture. So this last turn is going to be for getting as much EXP out of the remaining enemy units as I can. So where is my A rank? Please get S rank. You must be close too. No, of course not. Well, we'll have 1 promoted battle helicopter. And that's better than none. I can say that. Maybe an S-rank attacker B. Oh, we got an S-rank attacker B. Now we can see what attacker S is like. And attacker S is interesting. It's not, like, super powerful, but it is interesting. Alright, so just cleaning up these last few units. And that is going to be the end of map 18, the 8th map we have played in this playthrough thus far. Do I really not need anything else here? I haven't really got that much money for anything else, so... Let's see, ground units? I've got all the ground units I need, honestly. Alright, I will get 1 extra artillery and 1 extra rocket, because those could still come in handy. And everything else is good, I think. Yeah, I'm good on everything else. Just 1 quick organization of my units, and now I can complete the map. There we go. Yeah, these maps are taking a little bit longer than usual time-wise, so it's still going to be like 1 map per video for the rest of this, I think. But 0 deaths, that was very nice. And I am getting in another star, which I don't really know what that does. So we'll save onto another file just in case. Now look at this. We skipped from Zone B all the way to Zone D. We skipped Zone C. Like, I don't really know why there's such a big jump like that, but... You know, if it's not intentional, I imagine someone just made an oopsie and made it so that you could skip all the way to Zone D. But, you know, skipping over an entire zone is good for anybody who's speedrunning, I guess. Next up is going to be map 30, and there's something interesting in this map I want to say right now, so stay tuned for that.